comments made today by the former Minister Pru Goward in the Australian Financial Review. And let's just remind ourselves, in case people don't recall who Pru Goward is. She was a member of the government for over 10 years, a member for Goulburn. She was a minister from 2011 to 2019, so quite a long service as a minister. Women, community services, mental health, housing. She was in fact recently handpicked by the former Premier, Gladys Berejiklian, to conduct an internal review into standards of behaviour, bullying and harassment amongst ministerial staff. So that's her record. And let's remind ourselves why the question from the Leader of the Opposition was asked today. And it was because she's written an article, the headline of which is "Why You Shouldn't Underestimate the Underclass." Quote, "They are damaged, lacking in trust and discipline, and highly self-interested." And no, she's not referring to politicians or members in this chamber. She's referring to, quote, "the poor, who are still a force that needs to be properly harnessed." No, they're not livestock. These are our fellow citizens, some of the most vulnerable people in this state. Considering the stature that someone like Pru Goward has, her close connection to many members of the government, and the things that she has said today, I actually have no problem with the AFR publishing this offensive article, offensive as it is. I actually would prefer that people like Pru Goward say the quiet bit out loud. Put it out there. Tell us what you really think. It's useful to know that this is the attitude that permeates senior members of this government. She repeatedly uses terms like the proles and the underclass. She says people have to take responsibility for their own lives. And look, I agree with that. People do have to take responsibility. They also have to take responsibility to pay their taxes. There is a massive group in our increasingly unequal society who get money and do no work. It's the obscenely rich who are benefiting from intergenerational wealth transfer. This government needs to be a lot harder in cracking down on this kind of disgusting and unhelpful attitudes.